This is Velocity Reaper here, and we are back again with some more Fortnite talk, guys. We have a lot to cover in this video, and a lot to talk about regarding Season 5, regarding Playground right now, regarding new weapons that may be coming in the future, and then we also have some kind of updates from Epic, some actual statements from them about the Playground, and some speculation to do towards the middle half of this video or so. Strap in your seatbelts, boys. It's time to get down to the meat and potatoes of things. So first of all, let's just start off with Epic has said earlier today. They said, "Hey folks, yesterday we launched the Playground LTM. So many of you rushed in to create and play that our matchmaking service fell over. We've since separated the Playground matchmaking from the one that affects the default modes and made large improvements to the assist with the number of players. We plan to push these changes and improvements live later today to bring the LTM back online." And then they updated that and said, you know, we're continuing to test improvements made to our matchmaking services for the Playground LTM. We want to get you out there and let you unleash your creativity, but also want you to ensure a positive experience once we enable this game mode again. So on the technical side of things, because they gave us a little bit more information than just that, is just detailing what actually is going on. So I don't know if you guys can read that very well, but I will read it out loud for you guys now. I'll see what I can do about a more complete answer once everything is fixed, but here's a slightly condensed version. When you make matches for 1 to 4 people, it requires between 25 times and 100 times as many matches as normal per 100 people, depending on their party size. So if that makes sense to you, consider you hopping into Playground by yourself. That is one match. So if you're hopping with, 2 people, that's another match, and 4 people, that's another match. So that is like literally creating multiple matches instead of saying you hop in and then another squad hops in and another squad hops in into a single lobby. So that's one match. So that's kind of like the difference between the Playground, what it was happening with that, compared to what you were doing in the standard game modes. And then Playground LTM was very popular, and the poor matchmaking was trying to create and allocate matches faster than they could keep up with. So obviously it was popular. Yes, they knew that a lot of people were really excited for this. This was going to literally change the game because it was going to give a chance for, bad players to practice and learn more and perfect their skills. So yeah, it was huge, and that's why it did end up, breaking the servers for a bit and ended up causing the LTM to be removed. So we've been working on major matchmaking improvements over the last 24 hours, and we've also isolated Playground matchmaking to its own cluster, so if it gets backed up, the worst that happens is longer Playground matchmaking times while the regular modes are unaffected. And that's pretty much all I want to pull from that. There's not too much more said. But however, that just gives you a general idea of what's going on there and why it was so flooded, yet we still don't have, the LTM, and we're still waiting for it, and no one's really played it. I've played it, obviously. I played it. I have gameplay up on the channel once again, just letting you guys know that. Go check it out if you haven't seen it already. But yeah, they're obviously working on it as we speak, literally as we speak, and it could go up at any minute, any time. They want to update us later today, but honestly, I'm not going to say that it's going to come out today. You need to be very optimistic about these kind of things. If it doesn't come out today, shrug your shoulders and just hope that it comes out the next day, because they're good about these things. They're going to try and push it as fast as they can. However, obviously, there's a lot more background stuff going on that we don't know about that they do, and they're working on trying to figure out so that everything works rather than just the LTM works. They fix one thing, they could break another, and it could cause more issues. So they're definitely going to take their time testing it, and they're probably rushing, but they're obviously going to take their time. They obviously want it to be a good experience for everybody once it comes back. Our next little piece of information here is actually pretty big. So they're announcing plus 100 XP, which is basically double XP, which will begin on June 29th, which is actually tomorrow, guys. So my thing to tell you guys right now is to hold off on doing your challenges, because you will get twice as much XP if you happen to do them tomorrow, if you are tier 100. If you're not tier 100, then don't worry about it. I don't think you get outright XP, except for obviously completing all the challenges, but definitely still wait till tomorrow. If you can, you'll get that little extra bit of XP, as well as, which is even bigger, is the start of Season 5, guys, which has officially been announced for July 12th. Guys, July 12th, which isn't that far away, guys. That's literally like a little bit less than 2 weeks, a little bit more than 2 weeks, something like that. And that's super exciting, guys. I'm super excited to see what they're going to bring to the table, but that is when we get into the good stuff, the really good stuff. So, actually, a post was made a couple months ago, actually, and I remember seeing it, and I didn't really talk about it because I was like, it's just something to look over, but, we never know if it's going to be true or not. And so I have this post here that we're just going to read through, and I'm going to give you guys my little speculations on it and everything like that. So basically, here's how it begins. Hey, I have a buddy who works for Epic Games. He told me some stuff about Season 5 and I want to share some information. You know that meteor that hit Dusty? Well, it's an egg, and inside that egg is a big Leviathan without the suit. 2 new LTMs, he put LMTs, but they're LTMs, will be coming near the end of the Season 4. A 50v50, but one person in one team will control the big Leviathan, and the team with the Leviathan have to escort him to Wailing Woods or Greasy Grove. The other team has to take it down before it's too late. There's infinite lives in the game mode, but no building. Omega versus Alpha or Charlie, they haven't decided a name yet, is the Blockbuster skin. It's basically 50v50, but with one hero on each team. I can't share any details yet because they are not finished yet. Tilted will be damaged and Moisty 80% destroyed by the Leviathan. Dusty Divot shall be patched up a bit. The factory will return and most of the craters will be gone. An airstrike item will be added. It's kind of like the red zone from PUBG, but few players will be able to choose the location. Season 5 will be history themed. Roman Greeks, Egyptians, and the tier 100 skin will be the Flying Dutchman. New traps will be coming, like the Impulse Trap. If you walk by it, you get shot in the air and most likely die. A Dirt Burger meal will be replacing the Slurp Juice. STW, which is Save the World, will be free mid-Season 5, and those are all the leaks I can tell you. I wish I could tell you more, but then I will ruin the surprise. So, that's a lot to take in, guys. That is a whole lot to take in, and a lot of it hasn't actually come true. Obviously, the Blockbuster skin was not named Charlie at all. I don't think his name was actually just Blockbuster. They didn't give him another name. Or actually, no, they gave him the Visitor. I'm sorry. It is the Visitor. And clearly, we don't have that game mode yet, or the Leviathan game mode. However, we do have more information to back that up, but I will cover that in just a second. I still want to give some opinions. Talking about Season 5, when he said Romans, Greeks, Egyptians, and the Tier 100 skin will be the Flying Dutchman. That actually sounds really, really cool. I don't know about the Flying Dutchman. I mean, I'm sure you guys are all thinking about freaking SpongeBob with the green, ghosty Flying Dutchman that was glowing. I'm pretty sure they're not going to do that, but, you never know. You really never know, honestly, because they could really pull it off. They definitely could. But the Roman, Greeks, and Egyptians, definitely possible. Honestly, the Greeks and the Romans would be the most exciting skins in the entire season pack, because obviously we have cool guys like Zeus and stuff like that could make awesome skins. And I've seen some concepts on the Reddit that I'm not gonna put in this video, obviously, because they deserve the credit for that. So I'm not gonna show you guys that, but definitely I've seen some concepts and they look pretty cool. They're all made by random players and stuff like that, so it's not like official concepts by Epic. However, they do exist and they're out there and people have been thinking about it and definitely excited for it. And we can get a lot of cool things like the hammer that Thor has and stuff like that. You could really think of a few things right at the top of your head that could really make this season quite one to remember, to be honest. So then we have the new traps and stuff like that. So nothing too crazy. I thought the Dirt Burger meal replacing the Slurp Juice was interesting. I thought that was really interesting, actually, because we actually haven't had a good replacement for the Slurp Juice, or never really thought that we needed one necessarily. However, a lot of people think they are underpowered and do need a little bit of a buff or a change in some sense. So that's exciting to see, and we'll see if any of this comes true. Again, this is all speculation. We can't really trust this guy. He just made a random post on the Reddit, and it just happened to, flourish on there, and a lot of people saw it, and it was taken down pretty immediately. And I think that guy may not have gotten sued for it. I'm not really sure. I'm not 100% sure about that at all, but that's that little piece there. And then let's get into our next little piece that we have. So digging through the code, people have been able to find a set of coordinates which point to Moisty and obviously between Greasy and Snobby, similar to what this guy was saying in his post about there being a Leviathan kind of escort mode. And actually this is starting to come to fruition pretty soon, actually. Obviously we're getting towards the end of Season 4, beginning of Season 5, so we should see this mode come up if it's going to actually happen. Obviously this audio is in the game file, so we're very aware that it could possibly happen, and it's definitely going to be interesting if it does happen. So it's just, again, just speculation, just a bunch of random things that we can kind of piece together and start to form a good idea of what actually might happen here in the coming days. So definitely gonna look forward to that, but we'll see if that happens. Obviously they're having a couple issues with the playground and everything like that, so they're kind of focusing on that now, and they probably aren't really focusing on getting that new LTM out. So we'll see how that goes. And I have one more thing to close out the video today, guys, and that is this. Now, this is exciting, guys. Now, that is the P90, if you guys know it from Call of Duty. Obviously, it probably has a more legitimate name to it, but this was another submachine gun that was found in the coding. So I had said yesterday in a video about the playground, or not about the playground, about the patch note run through and spoilers and leaks and everything like that. You know, we covered a ton of stuff yesterday, and actually one of the other things that were found was the Tommy gun. So now we have the P90 also in the code, so we don't know which one is going to come. It could be both, it could be one or the other. However, this is in the codes, in the files, and we can definitely look forward to seeing this weapon at some point in the future coming to the Battle Royale mode, and I'm sure that it will fit into the submachine gun class. We don't have any legendary or epic submachine guns, I don't think. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong about that. We don't have any. Well, we do have a legendary tac sub, but that doesn't really count, does it? Does it not really count as like a main weapon to run? You know, if this P90 came and it had a big clip and, you know, it was a viable weapon, it could obviously change the meta around, which is what they've been working on a lot recently. So that's going to wrap up today's video, guys. I covered a lot. Again, Playground, look forward to the changes and stuff like that. I will keep you guys kind of updated as much as I can, but of course you guys will probably see it in-game before anything else. And then number 2, obviously double XP starts tomorrow, guys, so don't forget that. Get your fingers ready and make sure you're grinding to level 80. I'm 76, so I'm really close to getting my full Omega set completed and get the lights done. But yeah, definitely, guys, if you can, save your challenges if you were tier 100. If not, definitely still save your challenges, because you can get like 10,000 XP for completing everything at the end of the day. So definitely, we have a lot of stuff to look forward to in the coming days, and we are going to see a lot of changes to this game, of course, and you know, it's just going to be a good time as usual. Fortnite's always a good time. So hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, sub up, share around, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.